So I made $85,000 last month, and technically you could say that I manifested it. I manifested a decent amount of money in a short period of time. And in this video, I want to explain exactly how I did that so you can do it too. And the point of this video is not to be aspirational or, have that look at me energy. Quite frankly, I don't care. And I'm sure that you guys already know that, but just in case you're new, I love to just teach and share what I learn. And so that's what I'm doing today in this video. If you clicked on this video, wealth is probably pretty important to you. And I guarantee that if you watch this video until the very end, you will get something of value from it and you will have a better understanding of how to manifest the income and the life that you want. Hey friend, welcome back. It's Jillz. I'm in a new setup today. This is Jillz Guerin HQ. Let me know if you like it. But if you're new here, hi, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, live life more from their feminine energy, and create their dream life. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. And in case you want more from me, I have my new weekly newsletter. It's called the Dream Life Digest. It's totally free. And if you'd like to sign up, the link for that is down below. So a little backstory in case you're new, I make YouTube videos, obviously, and I also sell courses and digital products that go a little bit deeper on the things that I talk about and the things that I'm passionate about. And then I also do sponsorships. That's generally how I make my income. And to be very real with you guys, I barely worked last month. I had a little bit of a health hiccup, which I'll tell you guys about another time. I'm not fully past it yet, so when I am, I'll share. But the point is that I worked very little last month and still made great money. I wasn't busting my butt working 14 hours a day to make that happen. So how did that happen? Well, that is kind of the point of this video, because I'm sure you've seen content similar to this. I manifested 50K in 7 days, or I manifested this big amount of money in a short period of time. And when you hear it, you think, wow, really? I titled this video the way I did on purpose, because I wanted to highlight the irony of it. Because yes, that money did come in last month, and it was a good month, but the truth is that's not the full story. Because here's the thing about money that I think gets glossed over in a lot of manifestation content. That money always comes from somewhere. It doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's coming from somewhere, like a customer or a product or a refund or an inheritance or an opportunity. It is always coming from somewhere. And when people say that they manifested money and they manifest a big amount of money in a short period of time, what they're usually not talking about is everything that was built before that moment. Which brings me to the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video. Money needs a way to flow to you. And your job, the real manifestation work, is to position yourself to receive, not just energetically, but also practically. So yes, I manifested that money in 30 days, but what you probably don't know is that I spent 6 months building my newest course that just launched last month, Love Alchemy. Or that I spent 5.5 years building my YouTube channel and trying to show up consistently and add value. Or that I've built 2 other courses and digital products too over those years. Or that I've built a solid email list so I'm not fully dependent on an algorithm. Sometimes people talk about manifesting money like you just have to wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, say your affirmations over and over again. I am wealthy, I am wealthy. And after 7 days, there's a big bucket of cash on your doorstep with a little note from the universe that says, enjoy. But that's not how it works. And in order for money to flow to you, you have to position yourself to receive it. You have to create channels for that energy and that money to flow through. And just like an actual channel of water, once you have that channel and it's built and it's solid, then that water can start flowing through powerfully, consistently, quickly. But until there's a channel, that water or that money has nowhere to flow. So what I spent years doing was intentionally and thoughtfully building those channels and in a way that aligned with me and that felt fun. And because of that, the money didn't just slowly trickle in, it was able to rush. You've probably seen those people who just look like an overnight success and they become wealthy basically overnight. It's never actually completely overnight. It's just that nobody watched the construction to get there. I have this friend and he is very wealthy, as he should be, because he provides a lot of value to the world. But he was that overnight success. He became very wealthy overnight. But what actually happened is that after graduated college, he went on to get a postgraduate degree for 3 or 4 years. And during that postgraduate degree, every single weekend, he went to different courses and seminars to keep learning more. Then he graduated, he worked, he built real life experience for 6 or 7 years. Then he launched social media and was consistent on there for like 9 months or a year. And then he released a product and boom, overnight success. He manifested all of it in 48 hours, except he didn't. He spent years intentionally aligning himself with the successful, wealthy version of himself before it existed in his reality yet. And he became the type of person that could exist and sustain the reality he desired. And he started building those channels and putting himself in a position to receive. In order to manifest money, or in order to manifest anything, it doesn't matter, you have to put yourself in a position to receive it. If you want to manifest money, how can you create channels and opportunities for it to flow to you? If you want to manifest a healthy body, do you just eat junk food all day and sit on the couch all day and scroll on your phone until 4 a.m. in the morning? Does that put you in a position to experience the reality of a healthy body? No, you go for a walk, you go to the grocery store, you buy good natural ingredients, you cook yourself healthy meals, you go to bed on time. That is what puts you into a position to experience what you want and to experience your desire. If you want to manifest new friendships, you can't just sit alone on your couch every single weekend and binge watch Real Housewives. You go out and you go to that free event in the park, because that puts you in a position to receive, puts you in a position to meet new people. You're creating the conditions for connection to find you. You know, every morning I stand on my vibration plate for 10 minutes and I do my affirmations. And it's very nice. It's a nice part of my morning routine. But that alone is not going to make a briefcase of cash appear in front of me. Manifestation isn't just this magic thing where you can say your affirmations and do your visualizations and it happens. Manifestation is the active, intentional process of becoming someone who's ready to receive what you're asking for. It's building the systems, the channels, positioning yourself so that what you want has a way to reach you. And sometimes money does manifest in weird or unexpected or almost magical or random ways. But even most of those random ways, like you get a surprise tax refund or you find a $100 bill in an old coat that you haven't worn in years. Most of the time that money was already yours. It didn't just come out of thin air, it's just that now you're receiving it. I had a great little surprise money manifestation experience last summer. So one day I got my mail and there's a letter in the mail basically saying that I had an old pension account from my old corporate job that I did not know about. And I had like $9,000 sitting in this account and I was able to pull it out and it was a nice big random chunk of change that I received. But that money didn't come out of thin air. It was already mine. I still did something to get it. I still worked that old corporate job. So the point is that thinking good thoughts alone is not enough. You have to create the channels for abundance to flow to you. And building those channels in a way that feels aligned usually doesn't happen overnight. But once those channels are solidly built, money can flow. Receiving comes from being aligned. Okay, your manifestation shows up when you are aligned, and part of alignment means practically positioning yourself to receive it. Alignment is not just in your energy and in your internal thoughts, it's also in your practical world, in your practical reality. So if you want to manifest abundance, ask yourself, do I have something to offer? Am I showing up where people can find me? Do I have easy ways for money to flow to me? Am I putting myself in environments where opportunities can find me? For me, my YouTube channel has become my main channel. It's how I've built an audience and shared value with the world and launched my courses. And it's how abundance has been able to find me consistently. And on that note, if building a YouTube channel is a channel that you want to build for yourself for money to flow to you, I have my YouTube Growth Masterclass. I'll link it down below. I share everything that I've learned in the past 5.5 years, and it's very good. It'll make it crystal clear on how to actually grow and how to actually make money. And see? I just put myself in a position there to receive. Most of the manifestation content out there, and a lot of the manifestation stuff I talk about too, is based on your identity and doing the inner work. You know, the beliefs, the visualizations, the subconscious reprogramming, the certainty about who you are and the desires you're calling in. All of that is so important. But the reason it's important isn't because your thoughts create your reality in some super abstract, mystical way. It's because your identity, the person you see yourself as, the beliefs you hold, the blocks you have, the visualizations you practice over and over again, they change how you show up and what you create. And when you shift a belief, you start making different decisions without even realizing it. If you genuinely believe, I am a wealthy person, abundance is just who I am, wealth is inevitable for me, your subconscious will do everything in its power to prove that true. You'll start showing up differently. You'll start taking action, start building things, start creating channels. If you believe scarcity is just my life, it's just who I am, I'll always be broke and I'll always be in debt, then in the same way, you will find ways to make it true without even realizing it. The reason why in manifesting we talk so much about the identity piece and the subconscious beliefs and all of that is not because that is the only thing that matters. It's because those beliefs, that identity, that certainty in what you believe is yours will force you to act in a way to make that reality true and prove it right, and put yourself in a position to receive it. I want you to pick a dream number, a dream income number. Okay, not something totally insane, but something that feels like a stretch. Think about that number. Really feel it and sit with it and visualize it coming into your account. What would happen when you get that money? Would it feel calm and safe and natural and peaceful? Or would you panic because you don't know what to do with it? Would you feel a little bit guilty? Would you feel a little bit anxious? Would you immediately sabotage it? Would you immediately spend it? Would it feel a little scary or intimidating somehow? Because if any of those negative feelings come through, that is giving you a peek into your inner world and who you see yourself as and your subconscious beliefs and what you truly deep down feel like you're available for. And if your identity and your beliefs don't feel comfortable receiving and holding on to that big dream number, then what happens? You won't put yourself in a position to receive it. You will subconsciously, without even realizing it, find a way to position yourself away from it. And that is exactly why the identity work and the inner work matter so much. Not because these affirmations are gonna summon huge heaps of cash to your doorstep, but because they are shifting who you believe you are. And who you are determines how you show up, how you take action, the effort you put in, the systems you build, the channels you build, the kind of life you position yourself to experience, and whether you can hold on to good things when they arrive or not. The affirmations, the visualizations, the subconscious work, that is not what makes the money appear. It simply helps position you to receive it. So it all goes back to the same main point. Positioning yourself to receive. Positioning yourself to receive your desire. There are two parts to manifesting anything. The inner work and the outer work. The identity and the action. And they are both doing the same thing. They are both getting you in a position to receive what you're asking for. The inner work clears the blocks, so you stop getting in your own way, and the outer work builds the channels so that abundance actually has somewhere to go. And you need both. And the reality is that neither of them happens overnight. You can't sit on your couch, recite affirmations, and expect money to show up, just like you can't hustle and grind, work 14 hours a day, while secretly believing that you don't deserve any of it and you are gonna be poor forever. It's both. It's always both. When your identity and your beliefs and the action you take and the channels you're building actually line up, they become aligned, that's when your desire can flow through so quickly and so powerfully. That's when the money and the abundance can start really flowing. That's when your manifestation can start to look like an overnight success. It can start to look like someone manifested $85,000 in 30 days. But I promise you, it's just that nobody saw the construction part of it. The years of showing up, the years of taking risks, the years of doing the inner work, the years of learning, the systems being built behind the scenes. But then one day the water rushes through, the money flows. So yes, I manifested 85K in 30 days, and there are plenty of people who do similar things or make way bigger amounts of money in the same amount of time. But the version of the story that actually serves you is not the 30 days. It's the years I spent positioning myself to make those 30 days possible. You can't want the outcome without being willing to build the life that supports the outcome. That's just not how it works. So if you want to manifest more money or anything that you desire, the question is not, why isn't this here yet? What am I doing wrong? It's, am I actually putting myself in a position to receive it? Practically build the channels, internally clear the blocks, and be patient enough to let those things compound. Because once those are aligned and once those channels are solidly built, that's when things can start to look like they are moving very quickly. And that's when it can start to look like someone manifested $85,000 in 30 days. If you got value from this video and this is a topic you're interested in, you're on your abundance journey, then I highly recommend you go watch this video, The Feminine Way to Build Wealth. I break down exactly how to start creating income for yourself, like more practically speaking, even if you're starting from zero, and in a way that'll actually feel good to your nervous system. So I'll see you over there, or I'll just see you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.